Okay. Make sure I don't have the Whitney Houston nose up here. What's up, guys? It's America's favorite auntie uncle. It's your boy, Ms.D, aka Darnell Thomas, bitch. And I am sitting here on motherfucking location with the one and only Mr. Kareem Queeman. Not Queen.
No.
Queeman.
Yeah.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Mr. Bakes his motherfucking self.
What's up? What's up?
All right. Tell the people who you are for who don't know who you are, what you do, and where the fuck you're from, Kareem.
I bet. Well, you already said my name. I'm Kareem. Go by Mr. Bake on the streets. I'm originally from Harlem, 145th and St. Nick. Throw up, all right?
Yes. And
Little Harlem Shake, but just a little Harlem Shake real quick because I was still out there doing that.
Harlem is in the news right now, but go ahead. We'll talk about that later. Harlem is in the news. But go ahead.
Anyway, and then I'm relocated to the Washington, D.C. area, Maryland. Shoot, 11 years ago.
Oh, wow. You've been down here that long?
Woo! Every time I think about it, I gag. Like
11 years? So, for those who don't know that you're this international baker, because I know you're very modest and shy about that, but you're an international baker. Because you've been on several shows. You've been on 4 shows. Mm-hmm. Right? For those who don't know, tell them the shows you've been on.
I've been on the Cake Boss's Bake It Like Buddy, which I'm a winner of.
Yes, winner of the Cake Boss.
I've been on Food Network twice. So I've been on Food Network Girl Scout Championship where I came runner-up. And then I was on Food Network again for Beat Bobby Flay, where I actually got to go up against Bobby and serve Bobby a cocktail.
I know, that's right.
Baby, okay. And then I was on Netflix.
Yes.
Sugar Rush Christmas Season 2.
Yes, I was watching you playing with my little things sometimes when I was looking at you bake certain things and those cakes and that apron and he's just full of cakes. So it's no brainer that he became a baker. Tell the people when you knew that you wanted to be a baker or that you could bake. Because baking is different than cooking. Right?
Absolutely, very different.
Okay.
Very different. I started baking. Well, actually, I fell in love with sweets. That's number one. I fell in love with sliced cakes. My family used to do a lot of family gatherings and meetings every month, so I fell in love with cake. And I was like, Mom, I want to make a box cake. And she was like, why? Whatever. So we went and got. I wanted to make a cake. I said, and she doesn't bake. They cook more.
Right. Okay.
They only make about 2 or 3 things, and whatever they do bake is really good.
It's good.
Right. So I was like, I bet. I want to make a box cake. We made it, and I was like, this was really good, and I just wanted to keep doing it. That's really how it happened.
So what age were you like?
Shoot, about 8, 5, 8.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, around there.
So now, when you bake the cakes, right? Because most kids want to play football. Most kids want to be basketball players. How did your family go? Oh, he wants to be a baker. Like, how was that?
Honestly, I think my mom thought it was a joke, to be honest. But my grandmother was very nurturing.
Okay.
Of me. She allowed me to come.
Shout out to all the grandmas. I love my grandmother. Shout out grandma. Love you down.
Boy.
Yeah, I'm a grandma butch too.
Facts on the butch. Extra strong on the butch.
Grandma butch.
Damn, we come from the same street. Sorry, that's why. Anyway. And so my mom, honestly, in my teenage years, she definitely was a little apprehensive. She's like, "You're over here playing with people's money, making these cakes for people, get out of my kitchen." She didn't understand.
It seemed like they never understand, or they understand too late.
Yes.
And then it becomes like a kind of a rough patch that you kind of have to school them on, and then they go, "Oh, okay, I didn't mean that."
No, well, one, I never had that conversation with my mom because I lost her in 2017, so she's never actually seen me do.
She sees you.
Well, she sees me, but in the present, so we never got that kind of. She never got the gloat about being on TV.
Right.
But she did get to. We did talk about, I showed her some of the level of work I was doing when I relocated to Washington, D.C., and that she was very happy and proud of.
Right.
To see a 3D camera cake that I did that was lit, it looked like a real camera. So she was like, okay, this is what my son did. And also I have been already searching for TV.
Oh, wow.
I've been doing TV, trying to get on TV since 2015.
Oh, get out of here.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. These people think
no, because I'm glad that we're able to sit here now.
Yeah.
We met when I was doing on that talk show with Jules and stuff. When we met at the pop-up shop and stuff, when you was selling your stuff at the pop-up shop and working at the pop-up shop. And yes, I knew that you were on the show with the Cake Boss.
The Cake Boss, that was the only show at the time.
Right, that was the only show.
I had
it was I feel like it's more to the story.
Yeah.
Right? So now I get to ask you the
more. Yeah. So yeah.
2015. Teenager, you went to culinary school.
Yep. Let me backtrack you before you even get to culinary school. I went to middle school. Shout out to IS 90, where we used to be IS 90 up in Washington Heights.
All right, Washington Heights.
I went to middle school up there. Had a home economics department or class.
Probably so many schools probably don't even have that.
No more, son. I'd be mad about that.
No.
So I did that for 6th and 7th grade.
Oh, get out of here. So you really had your full practice of being a baker.
That was what really solidified. This is what I want to do, because it went just from I think my mom and my grandmother thought it was just a hobby. We like to cook, so he wants to just be in the kitchen. Right. They probably already said he's already different. Right. That whole different.
Different got getting your bills paid.
No
so
shade.
All the different kids out there, stay motherfucking being different, okay? Because mother is different, bitch. If she is good, we're good. You're different, you're good, bitch. Okay, different means good.
But it does. It means uniquely you.
Right.
No one else is you.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, that's just what.
Oh, that's dope. So see, the people don't really understand the importance of having home ec and that kind of thing.
Absolutely.
It's not just about sports. Because no matter what, money is always ran into the sports. Money is always ran into the sports. So culinary school, what was that like, being a young black guy in culinary school?
So I went to Monroe College.
Okay, all right,
okay. Shout out to New Rochelle and the Bronx.
Yes.
I went to both campuses.
Okay.
So I got my associates in Monroe, my associate's degree in culinary arts in Monroe, and then my bachelor's of hospitality from Monroe as well, with a degree from the French Culinary Institute, which is downtown New York, which is now called the Culinary.
Let the motherfucking know, bitch. Bitch, you baking fucking legends.
Bitch, I've been baking for 20 years. That's no joke when I tell you.
No. I know. I'm not saying that it's a joke, but you're the premier baker. You're the top 20 American bakers. You can put yourself on that list.
Oh yes,
yes, you can. You worked enough to do that.
Yeah. Thank you.
You have the background to say that.
Facts. There's
not too many black men out here, let alone black men, let alone gay black men, that can be like, I did this and this bacon wise, because everybody in the house is making crab legs and baking cornbread with a honey butter and thinking that they're doing something. It's those girls don't have the fucking expertise or the education that you have in it. You have an education in it.
Now, facts.
Right. You can even probably go. Can you get your doctorates in baking?
If I could, I would. I'll have a.
You might can have a doctorate in baking. We're gonna research.
I think we should just come up with it and just start nominating.
We're gonna come back to you motherfuckers and learn about him getting his doctorates in cooking and baking, because bacon is different.
Right. Well, it'll be culinary or food. They're gonna make something grand and rich. Because it's a doctorate.
It's a doctorate. They have to have a kind of doctor. They should have a doctorate of food.
But the doctorate of food, honestly, would be Michelin stars if you were the chef.
Oh, okay. Yes. I know about the Michelin stars.
Any kind of James Beard award or recognition from them is pristine.
Okay,
so that is oh girl, you bitch, let me tell you something.
Right, okay, so that's like the US Open of Wimbledon.
Yes.
Those kind of girls of the cooking world.
You get what I'm talking about?
I know about the Michelin stars. I mean, I looked that up. I see that stuff in the New York Times. I'm a weirdo like that. Even though people think I'm like a wild.
New York Times is up there too, but it's a lower level. But it's still up because New York Times Zagat ratings is high. That's what people wait
I know about that stuff.
Eat before dope and all of that.
I didn't know that. Well, you could probably. Those are the people who probably can give away the doctorates then.
Those are the people.
So culinary school, what did you do after culinary school? What was life like for Queeman after culinary school?
Well, can I just mention this though, because we are talking about putting in that work, and I want to let everybody know putting in that work is real. I interned every semester at a different bakery that I wanted to learn something from.
Oh.
Okay, because I knew what I was doing. I knew what I wanted to go, and I just want to say that because keep dreaming, keep believing, no matter. My mother didn't even know I was going to college and even going to culinary school.
Get out of here.
I just went and told her to sign here.
Okay, yeah, you know, I went to school like that too. I just signed the FAFSA papers myself and left.
She didn't know I was leaving until I was leaving.
No, I told her, like, girl, I'm putting your name on this paper, I'm going.
Yeah,
I'm going upstate to school, and I'm out of here.
Yeah.
Oh, shit. No,
that's more
right. So we'll give you the background on that too.
Yeah, so, there's a lot of connection going on here.
You internets
just different bakeries. So Make My Cake in Harlem.
Shout out to them.
Yeah, shout out to Make My Cake. They gave me my first job.
Right.
If you know Carrot Top in Washington Heights, they gave me my first internship.
Right.
Apprenticeship. So I worked closely with the head decorator, which was the daughter of the owner. So I worked with the families. I worked with families.
Oh, wow.
You get what I'm saying? So every time I worked in a bakery, I worked very closely to the family.
So when you got to your first TV show, you weren't nervous. Were you nervous?
Yes. Because you don't want to. Okay, come on now. We're black. I'm gay. I'm mean.
I mean, you also have your stars. You know, where you know that
you don't know your worth. You don't know your ability in that realm. I've been said, oh, you know, you should do. I've been said I should do TV since I was young.
Right.
And I was like, get out of here. I'm making the cakes. Like that was my thing. I'm making cake.
But now, I mean, cakes and baking and the stuff had to get to that level, though.
Yeah.
I mean, we as an entity, we weren't ready for that. We didn't have the space to do that. Camera couldn't do that. Right. You know, it was only a certain way that you could do that. You know,
I got you.
If today's technology was yesteryear, you would already be rich.
Facts.
You would already be Duncan Hines.
Because
you're inspired to be Duncan Hines in them.
That's exactly who I inspired. That's exactly my shit. It's on my vision board. Shut up. But anyway, so that's exactly what it was. So what was it after culinary school or what I worked, baby. I put my feet to the pedal. I knew what I wanted to do. I had a bucket list. I wanted to work in every aspect of the kitchen or the bakery. Okay. So I can learn it because I wanted a bakery. Right. And I said, I want to be able to understand what the people I'm employing, who the people I'm employing are doing, and can do what they can do. Right. And can speak from their position.
And then you can see it in them.
Yes.
So you can go to them because you already had some schooling on it, and you know.
Absolutely.
Oh, that's being a nurturer. That's being a teacher.
Yes, I've always been. That was one of the things I also said I wanted to teach.
What's the hardest thing about being a black baker? With such, because you are in the limelight, even though you try to act like you're not. You are in the limelight. You're on Netflix. You've been on the Food Network. Mm-hmm. You know, those are major places. Those are major people.
Yeah. And I used to watch the Food Network and always inspired to just go watch Emeril Lagasse. My mom said that, and when I went to the show, when I got to Food Network, that was a homage to my mom. Like, you know, I did one better. I made it on the show and competed, versus being a viewer, an audience.
Talking about, I always do this. This is my new thing during interviews. Were you silent, or were you silent? Like Oprah did with Meghan Markle. That's the key. Were you silent or were you silenced? So you know, it just silenced the naysayers. When was the first time that you felt like, okay, yes, I got this. This is what I'm gonna do with the rest of my life. That moment when you was like, yes.
Actually, last October.
Oh, get out.
2020. When the Beat Bobby Flay episode came out, and I don't know if you got to watch that one, but because that show, I got that show after I taped the first Food Network show. So let me tell you, I prepared for all of this mentally. God said, the universe spoke to me and he said, prepare, I'm going to speak to you because this is real. And he said, I want you to get ready for something because I have something for you. Right. And I said, I'm going to move with intentions. When I went to these shows, I was putting on the power I didn't really know I had, but knew I can do. Right. Be nice, be kind. That is your power. Right. People gravitate towards you.
See, I never thought about that as a form of power. Also.
Absolutely. Yeah, that's a strength. Even though a lot of people can't do that. Right. A lot of people can't come into a room and fill it up and not negatively.
Right.
We come into a room, we fill it up with love, with joy, with
even
happiness.
though the bitches might take it a different way.
Well, those are people who are not standing in their truth. We
Right.
can't speak for that.
Oh, well,
and that's truth of being in itself.
You hear the tea?
No shade. Why would I be offended and harmed by your energy? My energy is good. I'm good in myself.
Right.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You can come in and do whatever you want.
Yeah.
That's somebody who's not strengthened in themselves,
right,
to be able to do
I
that.
just
you show up when you come to a room.
Right.
You do not just come into a room,
right,
because you know who you are.
Right.
You embody that, and
right,
you bring it in, and you let people
here I
know.
am, bitches, take it or leave it.
I know who I am.
Yeah, get these double G's now.
You know. So
anyway,
called her, said this, did all of this, got that from the judge, a white lady. Shout out to her, Paulette, because she did it. She hollered at me on Instagram a month after I shot that show, and she said, "Hey, somebody called out a B. Bobby Flay, can't make it. I want you to do it. I think you'd be great for it. It's a dessert competition." It was the same day. I left DC that night, went to shoot that joint. That Tuesday, we shot it in Harlem at the old 106 and Park building.
Okay. Oh.
Baby, when I pulled up and I said, "Baby, you should have saw me." First of all, I'm already.
Because that's you were already in your glory.
So when we pulled up to Harlem to 106 and Park, it was like, yo! I said, it was greeted by a black lady. I said, about 106 and Park, just act, like pitch me, bitch. It was giving that. And she was like, yes, come on, baby, nice to meet you, Kareem. Thank you. They were so thankful for me being there. Hospitable, well-oiled ran show, but I just knew that I was in such a great place. I had so much fun. I played with Bob. I made him a cocktail, joked with him,
right?
Everything,
right?
To the point where I know I got his attention. I told you about that offline,
right?
And nothing crazy to girls. Bobby not gay. Well, not to my knowledge. Come on to me, but he did talk to me personally. He didn't get. And I'm only going to share that with my friend. You guys have to follow me, Mr. Big Sweets, on Instagram to follow and see what me and Bobby talked about. It'll come into fruition later.
Yes,
we'll talk about it.
Right.
Anyway. And I was like, oh my God, I want to see how that show was, because I know I was myself.
Right, that was a moment.
I was having a good time.
Right.
So when it came out, I didn't even know it was coming. I found out on one of the judges' Insta story.
Right. Mm-hmm.
Told everybody tuned in, baby. We watched this motherfucking show. And I said to myself, bitch, this is it.
Right. I did it.
Do you know that Italy, Shanghai, Australia, Mexico, Puerto Rico, Jamaica, all these people reached out. The states reached out, telling me how great I did on the show. Bitch didn't even win the show, like physically beat Bobby, but told me how great they were. I'm your new fans. My daughter loves you.
Right. That's dope.
Yo.
So when you think about all of that,
I had to break that down. I'm sorry, because.
Speak your truth. Sip that tea. Sip the tea with Ms.D. America's favorite.
I know y'all gonna go get deep. I'm sorry, because
it's not even deep. It's just real shit.
That's
what we want.
Facts.
We want real shit.
Facts.
I didn't come here to you. You didn't allow me to come here to get fondue. You didn't come here. You didn't invite me here to get a whole bunch of fondue. So when it comes to
she means fondant, y'all, for those who bake cakes.
Sorry, fondant. I never knew how to say it right.
Oh, it's fondant I mean,
blacks be like fondue.
Yeah, because there's little cheese and chocolate.
Okay. See, that's what I thought it was this whole time. You know that, like, that shit plastered to a cake. For real.
And the shit is just the way the girls put it on. They put on that thick. Some of us.
We'll get to that later too. That's gonna be a key too. So, how does your family? Do your family understand this? Like, do your friends and your family understand this? Because I had somebody say to me the other day that I was acting funny. And I was like, I'm not acting anything. I'm sitting here quiet. And you're the one doing all the yelling and the screaming and going on with the whole bunch of shit. And I'm not doing anything. I'm not acting Hollywood. I'm not acting none of that stuff, bitch, because I'm not getting checks for this.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I'm doing the groundwork to get the money, the coin.
Can I put that out?
I didn't even get the coins.
Can I put that out? I told my brother, just to let y'all know, when you do a competition, you do not get paid for the competition unless you win the competition. Okay?
Right.
You do get a lot of publicity and things, especially because I naturally just have a personality.
Right.
So people gravitate towards that. Yes, you get more insight and you use that leverage of being on those shows to make more money. Now you have to use that to market to make more money.
Right.
So I still have to hustle. The person still has to do the work.
Right.
It doesn't come. No $50,000 check came to a girl in her pocket. They still had to work to get that check from that show.
Right.
Okay. Anyway, what was you saying? Because I
sit now because I'm going to tell them naturally. This is why I said I didn't want to fucking smoke before the show. The whole time I never got up, that me and him just sat here and had this divine conversation.
Bitch popping though.
And we're going to start this now again. But I'm just going to give you this snippet and then I'm going to sit down and have this conversation with him. He promised me an interview April the 11th.
Okay.
Sunday. But
no, you don't want to do it Saturday?
Saturday. Whenever you come, I'm going to do it.
Okay, I'm going to play my trip around it.
And I'm going to pay for the studio, and that's what we're going to do.
I'm going to play my trip
around it. Or we can do it right in my house.
Yeah, I'm going to plan the trip around it.
Okay.
So that's what I'm saying.
I just wanted to tell you people, get ready for me and Mr. Bakes. I came all the way to DC. We recorded this moment and fucked up on the whole moment. But it was a whole moment. But we can get back to that moment. We'll get back to that moment. But I just wanted to say, check him out. Follow him on Instagram. Get into Mr. Bakes. He's been on several competitions. And from what I learned today, coming to do my research to have the interview and all that kind of stuff, is going to be a very good interview. It's your favorite auntie, uncle, sipping tea with Ms.D. Follow me, click like, share, support, bitches. Go get my new single out there now, streaming on all social media platforms. And you'll see the interview with Mr. Bake Cakes soon, bitches.